Hello friend. Today we will discuss about how to become a ISO 45001-2018 Internal Auditor. This is part 1 of training module. For complete understanding, see all 7 videos one by one. So let's start first part. Next, content. Introduction. Importance of occupational health, safety and management system. Background of ISO 45001-2018 standard. Reasons for change. Key changes. OS terminologies and concepts. Overview of ISO 45001-2018 standard requirements. Transition and steps to upgrade from OS 18001-2007 editions to ISO 45001-2018 standard. Audits, audit planning, audit preparation, conducting the audit, audit review, audit reporting, follow-up and registration process. Next, outcomes of this training module. Upon successful completion of this course, you will be able to understand the ISO 45001-2018 standard requirements and also able to understand the techniques of planning and conducting ISO 45001-2018 standard audits, writing non-conformities and follow up on non-conformities. Next, expected outcomes of an occupational health, safety and management system. Continual improvement of OS performance. Achieve OS objectives. Fulfill legal requirements, means government requirements, and other requirements, means specified by organization. Safety, efficiency, happiness. Next, importance of occupational health and safety management system. Employee health and well-being. Prioritizing occupational health and safety demonstrates a commitment to the well-being of employees. A safe and healthy workplace contributes to increased employee morale, satisfaction and retention. Legal compliance. Occupational health and safety management system helps organizations comply with relevant occupational health and safety laws and regulations. Compliance is not only a legal requirement but also an ethical responsibility. Risk reduction. By identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks, an occupational health and safety management system helps prevent accidents and incidents, reducing the likelihood of injuries, illnesses, and fatalities in the workplace. Enhanced productivity. A safe working environment is conducive to higher productivity. When employees feel secure and supported in their workplace, they are likely to be more focused and efficient in their tasks. Cost savings. While there are upfront costs associated with implementing an occupational health and safety management system, the long-term benefits include cost savings through accident prevention, reduced absenteeism, and improved overall operational efficiency. Reputation management. A commitment to occupational health and safety enhances an organization's reputation. Conversely, accidents and incidents can lead to damage in reputation, affecting relationships with customers, suppliers, and the community. Competitive advantage. Certification to international standards, such as ISO 45001, can provide a competitive edge in the marketplace. Many customers and partners prefer to work with organizations that prioritize safety. Next, what is costs of accidents that an occupational health and safety management system can mitigate? Implementing an occupational health and safety management system. Occupational health and safety management system, such as ISO 45001, is crucial for organizations due to several reasons. The importance of an occupational health and safety management system is closely tied to the potential costs associated with workplace accidents. Let's delve into the significance of an occupational health and safety management system and explore the costs of accidents that can be mitigated through its effective implementation. Medical and compensation payments. Costs associated with medical treatment and compensation for injured employees can be substantial. An effective occupational health and safety management system can help prevent accidents, reducing these costs. Payment for work not performed. Accidents may lead to employees being unable to perform their duties, resulting in payments for work not performed. Prevention through an occupational health and safety management system minimizes such costs. Production interruption. Accidents can cause a temporary halt or reduction in production. A well-implemented occupational health and safety management system helps maintain continuity in operations. Regulatory fines. Non-compliance with health and safety regulations can lead to fines. An occupational health and safety management system ensures compliance, reducing the risk of regulatory penalties. Equipment repair or replacement. Accidents may damage machinery and equipment, leading to repair or replacement costs. Preventive measures can minimize such expenditures. Reputation loss. Accidents tarnish an organization's reputation. An occupational health and safety management system helps in preventing incidents, protecting the company's image in the industry and community. Loss of orders and customers. A negative reputation may result in the loss of orders and customers. An occupational health and safety management system safeguards against such losses by fostering a safe working environment. Impact on employee morale. Accidents can negatively impact employee morale. An occupational health and safety management system contributes to a positive workplace culture, mitigating the effects on morale, increase absenteeism. Investigation and reporting costs. Accidents require investigation and reporting, incurring additional costs. An occupational health and safety management system emphasizes proactive measures to avoid the need for extensive investigations. Administrative measures. Implementing administrative controls in response to accidents can be costly. An effective occupational health and safety management system reduces the need for reactive administrative measures. In conclusion, the importance of an occupational health and safety management system lies in its ability to prevent accidents, protect employee well-being, and mitigate the significant financial and non-financial costs associated with workplace incidents. It is an integral part of responsible and sustainable business practices. Next, loss causation model says in any organization occurs due to management organization management system deficiency, which converted into basic causes which may be due to deficiency in job factors. Then it converted to direct causes which may be due to unsafe acts or conditions. Then incident happened may be due to unwanted event. Finally, as we never focuses above causes, then it resulted into accident, may be fatality. Next, background of ISO 45001 2018 standard. ISO 45001 2018 standards is an international standard that specifies the requirements for an occupational health and safety (OS) management system. It was developed by the International Organization for Standardization ISO, to provide organizations with a framework for managing occupational health and safety risks and improving their OS performance. Here's some background information on ISO 45001-2018 standards. Replacement for OHSAS 18001. ISO 45001 was developed to replace OHSAS 18001, which was a British standard for occupational health and safety management systems. Unlike OHSAS 18001, ISO 45001 is an international standard that provides a consistent and globally recognized framework. Development and publication. The development of ISO 45001 began in response to a recognized need for a global standard for occupational health and safety management. It aimed to replace OHSAS 18001, a widely used but non-certifiable standard. The standard was developed by ISO PC 283, Project Committee Occupational Health and Safety Management Systems, which included experts from various countries, along with input from international labor organizations. High-level structure. ISO 45001 follows the high-level structure, HLS, that is common to all ISO management system standards. This structure facilitates integration with other management system standards, such as ISO 9001, Quality Management, and ISO 14001, Environmental Management. Emphasis on leadership and worker involvement. ISO 45001 places a strong emphasis on the role of leadership in promoting a positive occupational health and safety culture within an organization. It also highlights the importance of active worker participation in the development and implementation of the OS management system. Risk-based approach. One of the significant shifts introduced in ISO 45001 is the adoption of a risk-based approach to occupational health and safety. Organizations are required to identify and assess risks and opportunities related to their OS performance and take action to address them. Context of the organization. ISO 45001 requires organizations to consider the context in which they operate, taking into account internal and external factors that can affect their OS performance. This includes considering the needs and expectations of interested parties. Continuous improvement. The standard follows the Plan Do Check Act (PDCA) cycle, promoting a process of continuous improvement in occupational health and safety performance. Global applicability. ISO 45001 is designed to be applicable to organizations of all sizes and industries globally. This universality makes it a versatile tool for managing occupational health and safety in diverse contexts. Certification and recognition. Organizations can seek certification to ISO 45001 from accredited certification bodies, providing external validation of their commitment to occupational health and safety. Certification can also enhance an organization's reputation and credibility. Transition from OHSAS 18001. Organizations that were certified to OHSAS 18001 had a transition period to migrate to ISO 45001. The new standard brought several improvements and updates, encouraging organizations to enhance their OS management systems. ISO 45001-2018 standards is intended to help organizations create safer working environments, prevent work-related injuries and illnesses, and continually improve their OS performance. Its adoption reflects a commitment to the well-being of employees Next, why ISO 45001? Indeed, one of the significant features of ISO 45001-2018 standards is its adoption of the high-level structure, HLS, which is a common framework shared by many ISO management system standards. This standardized structure enhances consistency and compatibility among different management systems within an organization. Here are some key points about the adoption of the high-level structure in ISO 45001-2018 standards. Consistency across ISO standards. ISO 45001 follows the same overall structure as other ISO management system standards, including standards like ISO 9001, Quality Management, and ISO 14001, Environmental Management. This common structure is intended to make it easier for organizations to integrate multiple management systems. High-level structure, HLS. The high-level structure is a standardized framework for the development of ISO management system standards. It includes common elements such as terms and definitions, the context of the organization, leadership, planning, support, operation, performance evaluation, and improvement. Simplified language. ISO 45001-2018 standard aims to use simplified language to enhance clarity and understanding. This is beneficial for organizations seeking to implement the standard, as well as for those involved in multiple management systems where consistent terminology can improve communication and understanding. Common structure across management systems. For organizations that are already using or planning to implement other ISO management system standards, the adoption of a common structure simplifies the overall management system. It allows for a more streamlined approach to integration, as many requirements and processes will align across different standards. Integration benefits. Organizations often implement multiple management systems to address various aspects of their operations, such as quality, environmental impact, and occupational health and safety. The common structure facilitates the integration of these systems, leading to more efficient and effective management. Risk-based approach integration. The HLS promotes a risk-based approach to management systems. In ISO 45001, this means that organizations are encouraged to identify and assess risks related to occupational health and safety, aligning with the broader risk management principles outlined in the HLS. Leadership and worker participation. The HLS places a strong emphasis on leadership, and this is reflected in ISO 45001. It underscores the role of top management in creating a positive health and safety culture and emphasizes the active participation of workers in the management system. Ease of transition. For organizations that are transitioning from other ISO management system standards to ISO 45001, the common structure makes the transition smoother. Organizations with existing management systems can leverage their familiarity with the HLS to integrate occupational health and safety seamlessly. In summary, the adoption of the high-level structure in ISO 45001-2018 standard provides a common framework that aligns with other ISO management system standards. This harmonization makes it more straightforward for organizations to manage and integrate multiple systems effectively, fostering a more holistic and cohesive approach to overall business management. Total clauses are: Clause 1 Scope, Clause 2 Normative Reference, Clause 3 Terms and Definitions, Clause 4 Context of the organization, Clause 5 Leadership, Clause 6 Planning. Clause 7 Support. Clause 8 Operation. Clause 9 Performance Evaluation. Clause 10 Improvement. Next, see the clauses of OHSAS 18001-2007. OHSAS 18001-2007, which stands for Occupational Health and Safety Assessment Series, is a standard that provides a framework for implementing an occupational health and safety (OS) management system. It has been superseded by ISO 45001-2018, but OHSAS 18001-2007 was still in use in some organizations. Below are the main clauses of OHSAS 18001-2007. Below are the sub-clauses or more detailed elements within some of the main clauses of OHSAS 18001-2007. First, define the scope of the OS management system as per clause number 1. Then normative references means lists any references to documents that are necessary for the application of the standard. This is clause 2. Then provide terms and definitions used in the standard to ensure common understanding. This is clause 3. Clause 4 OS Policy. 4.1 Establishing the OS Policy. 4.2 Communicating the OS Policy. 4.3 OS Policy Review. Clause 5 Planning. 5.1 Hazard Identification, Risk Assessment, and Determining Controls. 5.2 Legal and Other Requirements. 5.3 Objectives and Program S. Clause 6 Implementation and Operation. 6.1 Resources, Roles, Responsibility, Accountability, and Authority. 6.2 Competence, Training, and Awareness. 6.3 Communication. 6.4 Documentation. 6.4.1 General. 6.4.2 OS Manual. 6.4.3 Control of Documents. 6.4.4 Control of Records. 6.5 Control of Operational Documents. 6.6 Operational Control. 6.7 Emergency Preparedness and Response. Clause 7 Monitoring and Measurement. 7.1 Performance Measurement and Monitoring. 7.2 Evaluation of Compliance. Clause 8 Evaluation of Compliance. 8.1 General. 8.2 Legal and Other Requirements. Clause 9 Incident Investigation, Non-Conformity, Corrective and Preventive Action. 9.1 Incident Investigation. 9.2 Non-Conformity and Corrective Action. 9.3 Preventive Action. Clause 10 Records. 10.1 General. 10.2 Establishing and Maintaining Records. Clause 11 Audit. 11.1 General. 11.2 Audit Program. 11.3 Audit Conduct. 11.4 Audit Reporting and Follow-up. Clause 12 Review by Top Management. 12.1 General. 12.2 Review Input. 12.3 Review Output. Each of these clauses provides more detailed requirements and guidance on the implementation of the corresponding main clause. Organizations seeking certification or compliance with OHSAS 18001-2007 would need to consider and address these clauses as part of their occupational health and safety management system. Remember that ISO 45001-2018 has replaced OHSAS 18001, and organizations are encouraged to transition to the newer standard. Next, let's see key clauses of ISO 45001-2018. First, define the scope of the OS management system as per clause number 1. Then normative references means lists any references to documents that are necessary for the application of the standard. This is clause 2. Then provide terms and definitions used in the standard to ensure common understanding. This is clause 3. Let's see the main clauses of OS of ISO 45001-2018. 4. Context of the organization. 4.1 Understanding the organization and its context. 4.2 Understanding the needs and expectations of workers and other interested parties. 4.3 Determining the scope of the OS management system. 4.4 OS management system. 5. Leadership and worker participation. 5.1 Leadership and commitment. 5.2 OS policy. 5.3 Organizational roles, responsibilities, and authorities. 5.4 Consultation and participation of workers. 6. Planning. 6.1 Actions to address risks and opportunities. 6.1.1 General. 6.1.2 Hazard identification and assessment of risks and opportunities. 6.1.2.1 Hazard identification. 6.1.2.2 Assessment of OS risks and other risks to the OS management system. 6.1.2.3 Assessment of OS opportunities and other opportunities for the OS management system. 6.1.3 Determination of legal requirements and other requirements. 6.1.4 Planning action. 6.2 OS objectives and planning to achieve them. 6.2.1 OS objectives. 6.2.2 Planning to achieve OS objectives. 7. Support. 7.1 Resources. 7.2 Competence. 7.3 Awareness. 7.4 Communication. 7.4.1 General. 7.4.2 Internal Communication. 7.4.3 External Communication. 7.5 Documented Information. 7.5.1 General. 7.5.2 Creating and updating. 7.5.3 Control of documented information. 8. Operation. 8.1 Operational planning and control. 8.1.1 General. 8.1.2 Eliminating hazards and reducing OS risks. 8.1.3 Management of change. 8.1.4 Procurement. 8.1.4.2 Contractors. 8.1.4.3 Outsourcing. 8.2 Emergency preparedness and response. 9. Performance evaluation. 9.1 General. 9.1.2 Evaluation of compliance. 9.2 Internal audit. 9.2.1 General. 9.2.2 Internal audit program. 9.3 Management review. 10. Improvement. 10.1 General. 10.2 Incident, non-conformity, and corrective action. 10.3 Continual improvement. These clauses provide a structured framework for organizations to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve their occupational health and safety management systems in accordance with ISO 45001. Next, Key changes from OHSAS 18001-2007 editions to ISO 45001-2018. Certainly, let's look at some key changes from OHSAS 18001-2007 editions to ISO 45001-2018 with reference to specific clauses. Context of the organization, Clause 4. OHSAS 18001 did not have a dedicated clause on the context of the organization. ISO 45001 introduces Clause 4, emphasizing the need for organizations to understand the context in which they operate, considering both internal and external factors. Leadership and participation, Clause 5. OHSAS 18001 had requirements for leadership but did not explicitly emphasize worker participation. ISO 45001 expands on leadership responsibilities, emphasizing top management's commitment and the active participation of workers in the OS management system, Clause 5. Risk-based approach, Clauses 6.1.2 and 6.1.36.1.3. OHSAS 18001 focused on hazard identification and risk assessment. ISO 45001 introduces a more structured risk-based approach, Clause 6.1.2, requiring organizations to identify and assess risks and opportunities related to their OS performance. Documented information, Clause 7.5. OHSAS 18001 had documentation requirements. ISO 45001 introduces the concept of documented information in Clause 7.5, providing more flexibility in how organizations document their processes and procedures. Operational control and outsourcing, Clause 8.1.4. OHSAS 18001 included operational control and emergency preparedness but did not specifically address outsourcing. ISO 45001 introduces requirements for operational control, procurement, contractors, and outsourcing in Clause 8.1.4. Performance evaluation, Clause 9. OHSAS 18001 focused on monitoring, measurement, and evaluation of compliance. ISO 45001 expands the scope of performance evaluation in Clause 9, including the evaluation of compliance and a broader assessment of OS performance. Management of change, Clause 8.1.3. OHSAS 18001 did not have a specific clause addressing the management of change. ISO 45001 introduces Clause 8.1.3, highlighting the importance of assessing the potential OS impacts of changes. Emergency preparedness and response, Clause 8.2. OHSAS 18001 had a clause on emergency preparedness. ISO 45001 retains emergency preparedness but includes it within the broader context of operational planning and control, Clause 8.2. Management Review, Clause 9.3. OHSAS 18001 included requirements for management review. ISO 45001 retains the management review requirements but places a stronger emphasis on the need for top management to assess the continuing suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness of the OS management system, Clause 9.3. Incident, non-conformity, corrective action, and preventive action, Clause 10.2. OHSAS 18001 addressed incident investigation, corrective and preventive actions. ISO 45001 retains these requirements in Clause 10.2 but introduces a more proactive approach, emphasizing the need for organizations to learn from incidents and take preventive actions. These changes reflect the evolution of the standard to a more comprehensive and integrated approach to occupational health and safety management. Organizations transitioning to ISO 45001 should carefully review these changes and adapt their systems accordingly. Next, OS terminologies and concepts. Occupational health and safety, OS objective. Objectives in the context of OS refer to specific, measurable goals set by an organization to improve its occupational health and safety performance. These objectives are aligned with the overall OS policy and may include reducing the number of workplace injuries, improving emergency response times, or enhancing the overall safety culture. Top management. Top management refers to the highest level of leadership within an organization, typically including executives, directors, or senior managers. In the context of OS, top management plays a crucial role in setting the direction for occupational health and safety initiatives, allocating resources, and demonstrating a commitment to creating a safe and healthy work environment. Interested party participation. Interested parties are individuals or groups that have an interest in or are affected by the organization's OS performance. Participation involves engaging these parties in the development, implementation, and evaluation of OS measures. This could include employees, regulatory bodies, customers, and the local community. Injury and ill health. Injury and ill health refer to adverse health outcomes experienced by workers in the workplace. Managing and preventing injuries and illnesses is a central focus of OS programs. This involves identifying workplace hazards, implementing controls, providing training, and promoting a culture of safety. Consultation. Consultation in the OS context involves communication and collaboration between employers and employees to make informed decisions regarding health and safety matters. It includes seeking input from workers, sharing information about hazards, and involving employees in the decision-making process related to OS. Hazard. A hazard is any source, situation, or act that has the potential to cause harm or adverse health effects. Identifying and assessing hazards is a fundamental step in OS risk management. Hazards can include physical, chemical, biological, ergonomic, and psychosocial factors in the workplace. OS risk. OS risk refers to the likelihood and severity of harm or adverse health effects resulting from exposure to workplace hazards. Then competence. Competence in OS relates to the knowledge, skills, training, and experience necessary for individuals to perform their tasks safely. Ensuring that employees are competent in their roles is essential for preventing accidents and injuries. Then what is incident? An incident in the OS context refers to any unplanned event that results in or has the potential to result in harm to people, damage to property, or other negative consequences. Incidents are investigated to determine their causes and to implement corrective actions to prevent recurrence. Then outsource. Outsourcing in OS involves contracting external parties to perform specific tasks or functions. When outsourcing, organizations must ensure that the external entities comply with OS standards and that the health and safety of workers are adequately protected. Lastly, OS opportunity. OS opportunities are positive circumstances or possibilities for improvement in the occupational health and safety management system. These opportunities may include implementing new technologies, improving training programs. Next, Overview of ISO 45001-2018 requirements. PDCA cycle in ISO 45001-2018. First, you have to define why you want to implement ISO 45001-2018. Here cover context of the organization 4. External and internal issues 4.1. Needs and expectations of workers and other interested parties 4.2. And finally, define scope of OS management system 4.3/4.4. Once you know the area and objectives, then do planning. PDCA, Plan Do Check Act, is a management methodology used for continuous improvement in various processes, including those related to occupational health and safety management systems, OHSAS. The PDCA cycle is often integrated into the structure of ISO 45001 to help organizations establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve their occupational health and safety performance. Leadership worker participation 5 is the pivot for rotating the PDCA cycle. Establish the roles, responsibilities, and authorities related to occupational health and safety. Here cycle starts with planning, clause number 6. Identify hazards, assess risks, and establish objectives and processes to achieve them. Determine and assess OS risks, OS opportunities, and other risks and other opportunities. Establish OS objectives and processes necessary to deliver results in accordance with the organization's OS policy, then in do phase. Execute or implement the processes as planned. Means support, clause number 7. Determine and provide necessary resources, competence, awareness, communication, and documented information. Here also do the operation, clause number 8. Establish and implement operational controls and emergency preparedness. Then evaluate the actions implemented. Means performance evaluation, clause number 9. Establish processes for monitoring, measurement, analysis, and evaluation of occupational health and safety performance. Monitor and measure activities and processes with regard to the OS policy and OS objectives and report the results, then in act phase. Sustain the action implemented and further think about the improvement, clause number 10. Identify opportunities for improvement and develop plans for addressing non-conformities. By integrating the PDCA cycle across these clauses, organizations can systematically manage their occupational health and safety processes, continually improve their performance, and ensure compliance with. Next, ISO 45001-2018 Overview. What are the intended outcomes of OS management system? Continual improvement of OS performance. Organizations are expected to continually enhance their OS performance. This involves an ongoing process of identifying areas for improvement, implementing changes, and measuring the effectiveness of these changes. The goal is to achieve a higher level of occupational health and safety over time. Achievement of OS objectives. ISO 45001 encourages organizations to set specific, measurable OS objectives as part of their overall management system. These objectives should be aligned with the organization's OS policy and designed to drive continuous improvement in occupational health and safety performance. Fulfillment of legal requirements and other requirements. Compliance with legal requirements is a fundamental aspect of an effective OS management system. Organizations must identify and understand the relevant legal obligations related to occupational health and safety in their jurisdictions and industries. In addition to legal requirements, ISO 45001 also emphasizes the importance of meeting other applicable requirements, which may include industry standards, customer expectations, and internal policies. OS Management System. ISO 45001 outlines specific requirements for the establishment, implementation, maintenance, and improvement of an OS management system. The standard serves as a framework for organizations to follow in order to systematically manage occupational health and safety. The intended outcome is a robust management system that aligns with ISO 45001 requirements. By achieving these intended outcomes, organizations can create a safer and healthier work environment, reduce the risk of workplace accidents and illnesses, and demonstrate a commitment to the well-being of employees. ISO 45001 provides a structured approach to OS management, helping organizations integrate health and safety considerations. Thank you for tuning into our training video. We hope you found the content valuable for your professional development. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on the latest insights for fast career growth, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. Your support means a lot to us, and we look forward to bringing you more valuable content in the future. Happy learning and growing in your career.